welcome back. My name is Ron and I'm here to get you some results. So, if you like the content I'm creating, go ahead and hit the like button down below, comment on how this relates to you, and go ahead and subscribe and hit the bell notification as well. So today I'm going to talk to you about a bit of a paradox. And when I was, well, I still am, but I've been on a self-development journey for about a year now, and I had no roadmap to follow. I just kind of had a desire, a very burning desire to achieve something, and that was to not repeat the mistakes and the pain of the past. Pretty straightforward goal, but I had no idea how I'm going to accomplish any of this stuff. I just kind of wandered out into the desert and was like, I know where I want to go, but I don't know how I'm going to get there. And so I, through a lot of different development, and you can see how to do this in my How to Heal Yourself series. But what today is about a truth that came to light that has no reference experience. And what I mean by reference experience is something from the past that you can point to and say, yeah, I know what that is because it's that. I mean, I've kind of experienced this before, or at least this certain state. And when I realized that this was happening, I looked in the past everyone does this. And I couldn't find a reference experience for this. I looked around and I really couldn't find anything about it, at least not when I searched for it. And the truth that came to light, and really has changed everything, is that vulnerability is invincibility. You're like, wait, what? What the hell does that mean? How does that make any sense? You see, as we're growing up, we go through all these experiences that teaches us to, put armor on ourselves, metaphorically speaking. You close your heart because you don't want to be hurt any longer. We go through these things, and the biggest driving factor for humans in general is the desire to not experience pain. You will do more to avoid pain than you will to seek pleasure. So the number one biggest factor that's going to influence, your behavior, as far as this goes, is your desire not to experience pain. The pain of being hurt, the pain of rejection, the pain of feeling vulnerable. And you know what vulnerability really boils down to? Here I am, this is me, what are you going to do now? That's basically what it boils down to. And when, it's like you meet someone, or, you're in front of people and you're like, this is me, here is my heart, this is who I am, this is my authentic self. How do they react to it? And these are your reference experiences. But as the journey goes on and you work on yourself, then there's something comes true. And that something is when you are getting validation from within, when you're actually creating your own validation, you're not seeking it from outside. You're not going up to someone through your behavior, of course. You're not usually going to say this outright, is please validate me. Please, approve of me, because I don't approve of myself. I need it from you instead of myself. And when it comes from within, no one can reject you, because it doesn't matter. You see, you already approve of you in this state. And that was the strange part, because once I was approving of me, I started to act how I maybe acted when I was 10, before the nonsense of the world shut me down. It was I would go out and be myself, and some people don't like it. I don't care. I really don't. Some people do like it. Great. I mean, that's awesome. Everyone likes, a thumbs up from their peers. That's just a bonus. But I don't need it. I like it, but I don't need it. And that was a big changing factor. And the truth became is whether someone approved of me, which is awesome, I like it, who doesn't, or they rejected me. Oh well, the sun will rise in the morning once again, no matter what. So it became this strange thing. It was I would still be myself. I didn't have to close down because I was faced a rejection. And that rejection could be anything. It could be like friendship, romantic. It could be a job. It could be, really pick anything. But it was like, it didn't phase me. It didn't make me close down again. Because now it was from within. The validation, the approval was self-generated, which means it cannot be taken from me. I mean, some people have actually tried to shut me down for whatever reason, and I noticed it pretty fast, and I just don't allow it to happen. And so that was the strange thing, because once upon a time, and I see this in other people all the time, they're afraid to open up their heart to somebody, to anybody, because they don't want to be hurt again. That makes sense. But it's like, when you get to the point, if you're afraid to be hurt, you will never take another chance. And if you don't take another chance, you will never experience anything great in that area. Whether that's romantic or, a job, you're pushing yourself. Failure happens. It just happens. Failure is not a big deal. If you want to achieve something, you got to be ready to experience failure, because you learn from failure. Failure is a great teacher if you define it that way, and it can be. But if you define failure as pain, suffering, and loss, you're going to shut down. You're going to walk into a corner somewhere and want to run away from the world. Believe me, I've done it. It doesn't go anywhere. So the truth that I found was that at a certain level of development, when the self-acceptance, the validation is self-generated, the heart opens. And it's not overnight, but it opens, and it doesn't have to close again, because no matter whether someone accepts you, rejects you, in whatever fashion that may make sense to you, you accept yourself. You validate yourself, and nobody can take that from you, no matter what they say, as long as you don't allow it. And when that is the case, you can be yourself without fear, because no matter what, you're always accepted. You're always validated, because you're doing it for yourself. You don't need it from someone else. You like it, it's awesome, but you don't need it. And it's a big changing factor, because when you're not acting from a state of, fear, you can be more true to yourself. You're not as reactive to what people do. Because, fear makes wise men stupid. People do some of the worst stuff imaginable because they're afraid. They've done horrific things because of fear. But when you're not afraid, you just relax. You be yourself. Whether they accept you or reject you, it's all good, because you're just going to be you no matter what. And that is very, enticing to people, because they're afraid to be themselves, because society has conditioned them in a certain way to basically make them a drone. And that's the way society's built. So my truth to you is that vulnerability is invincibility. That opening your heart is worth it. And it's not as painful as you think. Fear is not true. It's not real. Fear, false evidence appearing real. It's all an illusion. But sure, it feels real in the moment. Face the fears and watch them dissolve into nothing. That's how it goes. So, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. If you're more interested in how to get to this state yourself, go ahead and watch my How to Heal Yourself series. I go into great detail about exactly how I got to the point I am at now, and continuing on this journey myself. So, have a wonderful day, and remember, open your heart to experience the miracles in your life. Don't have to be shut down.